Community Outreach Online Assistance Program for 3,000 students for the CSEC examinations. My two guests via Zoom this morning to speak about that is Kevin Charles, who's an instructional designer and program manager, and my second guest is Giselle Coutin, who is the classroom manager. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So first off, tell us about this program that you have created that would benefit 3,000 students.
So the Academy of Higher Education is one of the first institutions in the Caribbean to offer what we call flex blended learning for CSEC, CAPE, and students who are doing CSEC associate degree. What it entails is an incorporation of both traditional class with online classes for the same students, of course, covering the same content at the same time at different intervals. So what we do for students throughout the Caribbean, not only inclusive of Trinidad and Tobago, is that coming closer to the exam, we do exam workshop or exam preparation workshop where we show them different study techniques that they can incorporate for their exams. And we have been able to impact over 3,000 students for the July 2020 CSEC and CAPE exams. So that's a short synopsis about what we do as an institution.
And well, that was a great description there of what flex blended learning is as well. So I want to find out in a little detail, how can you cater to the learning needs of all the students, 3,000 students?
Right. So one of the things that we do is, as an institution, we never assume, because we know that one size cannot fit all students. Therefore, we need to ask the right question. And how do we do that? At the beginning of our class, we send out a questionnaire where we ask them questions like, are you aware of the technology that you're using? Are you familiar with this type of application? What access to, of course, internet you have? What is your learning style? What is the best time for you to study? So we ask pertinent questions, because as an academic or an educator, you should never assume. Your goal is to always ensure that learning is happening, so you need to ask the right questions to your learners. So I will let Ms. Coutin as well add to that.
Additionally to that, we ask questions like, are you familiar with the syllabus?
Right.
Because most of the time, persons are not sure or not aware what comes in the paper one, which is the multiple choice, or what comes in the paper two, and also what comes in the paper three, which is alternative to the SPA. We also have support groups where we put students to work collectively. We also have a support team where, for example, let us give a topic like mathematics. If you're getting trouble with algebra, the teacher is going to do an assessment of you and work with you to bring you on par, and then you rejoin the group. That is how we also ensure that no one is left behind. That's the ministry's mantra, right?
Correct. And we believe that student support drives student success. Students need the right support. And we need everyone involved, not just teachers. We need parents involved. We need stakeholders involved. So we need everyone involved in order to ensure the success of each student.
And speaking of
just
stakeholders,
to add to that, when we say stakeholders, Bradford did donate some tablets to us where we were able to give children who were in dire need of technological devices. So that is one stakeholder who did ensure that we could do what we did.
And speaking of stakeholders, how was the adaptation and the transition to an online platform to do a program like this?
Right. So one thing that, again, we have to let the data inform us. We can never assume that, okay, what is practiced in the traditional classroom, we can easily move across in the online environment. Remember that, of course, certain behaviors have to be taught and learned in an online. Just like how you will teach students rules in the traditional classroom, you have to set the type of behaviors you would like the students to develop in that online environment. So one of the things that we do is we have a week of training before they get into the actual classes. So that week of training, we will go through, of course, time management. How do you map out your time, family time, recreation? Because we do have adult learners, not only secondary school students. So how do we manage that time? We then look at, based on that time available, how am I going to study? What are the best times for me to study? How do I learn? Do I learn by hearing, seeing, doing? So all these key questions, of course, we need to understand. We need to take into consideration attention span. All right, the average attention span for a teenager and an adult is 30 to 45 minutes. So we have to ensure that the delivery of our instruction is very interactive and engaging. Again, we cannot take the same brick and mortar traditional classroom methods to bring into the classroom in an online or blended or remote learning environment.
And Giselle, from where you sit as a classroom manager, how do you support students during their time with you?
Right. So one of the ways that we support our students, we have a 24 hours WhatsApp number, all right, among our team.
Right.
So that 24-hour WhatsApp number, of course, students can reach out to us. At the same time, we know that everyone, of course, have different schedules. They work at different time. So we have split it up among our team. That 24-hour WhatsApp will give students access if they're having trouble with using the technology. Again, we cannot assume that everyone will know how to use the technology effectively. It's technology, we will have challenges. So of course, having that support group, we can take time and go through with these students. Let's say they may not know how to access particular content, because we also have an asynchronous platform. So we use Google Classroom, where of course we upload class recording, class notes, assignments, and sometimes students may not know how to maneuver it. Even though we provide training, they may still need that personalized. So having access to that 24 hours number, they have access. We also have a 24 hours online library. Students can access materials for their classes.
All right.
So
and,
of course,
Kevin, we do have to stick a pin in it there. We are out of time, but I want to thank you so much. And quickly, how do persons get involved and get more information?
Or they can contact us on our WhatsApp number, which is 1-868-392-2491.
All right, wonderful.
1-868-392-2491. And we also want to say happy birthday to one of our students.
My very own, Ms. Siobhan Ariel Venus. Happy birthday, daughter.
All right, happy birthday to you as well. All right, that was